We'll give you an inside look at a new charter school, coverage on the slow test controversy, and a sneak peek inside Clarke Middle School's garden program, all on this episode of ODTV.
Welcome to ODTV. My name is Louise Platter and I'm here with Ethan Crane.
Foothills Education Charter High School will open in August 2015. The charter school is designed to fit the needs of students who cannot fit their other responsibilities around a traditional school day schedule. Odyssey reporter Clarke Dugan talked to future Foothills students and administrators about their thoughts on the new school.
Foothills Education Charter High School will open in the Clarke County School District at the start of the 2015-2016 school year. CCSD became a charter district in 2014, following Georgia's mandate that requires all local school systems to operate either as an investing in educational excellence school system, status quo school system, or a charter system. CCSD chose to become a charter system, which led to the creation of Foothills.
We're another option. And in some cases, for some kids, a second chance. Because for whatever reason, and there's no judgment, the regular high school didn't work. And so we're a second chance for those kids.
In CCSD, Foothills will be located at Classic City High School, open Monday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m. This time slot is designated for students who cannot fit their other responsibilities around a traditional high school schedule.
Foothills is exclusively self-paced, so some of the students probably will have day jobs or will have children of their own.
Currently, Classic City High School offers an alternative path to graduation like Foothills seeks to provide. However, according to Gertz and Gibney Sherman, the two high schools are very different.
Foothills, which you may know, kind of replicates a model that exists in the northern arc of the state, offers a pretty strong programmed set of supports for students. That are a little bit different and more specific than Classic City's supports. So, for example, every student has a designated mentor. That mentor is a paid staff person who checks in with that student for a couple hours every week.
In each of Foothills sites, there will be two site directors. At the Clarke County site, one of them will be Clarke Central High School's Physical Education Department Chair, Diana Posey, who is confident students will be able to succeed at Foothills.
We have so much support in place for all the students, mentors, counselors, graduation coaches, social workers, and good quality teachers as well. So it's just, I feel like we're going to just surround them with so much support.
Sophomore Quintavia Howard is planning on attending Foothills in the fall. Howard believes this school is the best option for her as she will not have enough credits to graduate by the time she is a senior if she continues on the traditional high school path.
I feel like this school can help me graduate. I can graduate on time and make everybody in my family happy.
With the 2014-2015 school year coming to a close and the 2015-2016 school year approaching, Gibney Sherman, like Howard, is optimistic for Foothills' future.
Our goal is to open in August 2015 and to find 850 kids who need us. And we have to send those names and addresses in June. We'll open up in August and we'll start serving kids. And so our goal is for those kids to get a high school diploma and making sure that we're reaching out and finding the other kids who need it as well.
This has been Clarke Dugan for Odyssey Online.
The Student Learning Objective Assessments, better known as SLOs, came into effect this year and will continue to be administered in the future. However, there is a growing controversy on whether or not these tests should be used as a teacher evaluation system. Here's Ella Sams with the details.
The Student Learning Objective Assessments took effect at the beginning of the school year and will reappear within the next few weeks with the final SLO assessments. The SLOs began with the creation of House Bill 244, which called for a teacher evaluation system. Because it served as a teacher evaluation system, now all teachers are required to give a SLO, not just core classes. The SLOs have brought up controversy within the school district on whether or not they are the correct form of accountability. Many teachers have found that they don't agree with this method of evaluation.
If I've studied for years American literature and British literature and comparative international literature, which I have, and if I have a graduate degree in language and literacy education, then I ought to be trusted as a professional to design effective assessments so that I know where my students are and whether they ought to pass my course or not.
Students like senior Tamisha Rittenberry have conflicting feelings regarding the assessments.
We always took a final, like the teacher make up their own final during test skills, and that's easy because the teacher, they know, like we talked about this, and they make sure, you know, when they make the test that they know what's going to be on the test, so they train us well for that. I think with the slow, the teachers, they know what's on the test, but sometimes they're a little like, this might be on the test, we don't know for sure.
The slows are not the first to measure growth. The difference is in the evaluation system itself. 50% of the evaluation of teachers would be based on the slow test score, and 70% for the principal. The growth seen in the students from the beginning of the year to the end determines the growth score the teacher receives.
The questions you got may not be the same as Gwinnett, may not be the same as Valdosta, may not be the same as Savannah. However, the score on that test will still be 50% each one of those teachers. It's going to be different. So the slows were really put in place to measure the growth of students so they could evaluate the teacher. My position is called single measure growth models don't measure growth. Because I give you a chemistry test in August and a chemistry test in April, one test, to me doesn't assess your ability to know key concepts.
The difficulty teachers have found with being evaluated with the slow assessments has questioned the accuracy of the growth measurements in students.
In theory, if we accept that there is a measurable continuum from not mastering standards to mastering standards, then in theory, slows should be able to track that progress. The trouble is that there is no such continuum.
The majority of those in favor of the slow assessments are at the state level. Lanu hopes to have influence on the future of slows.
I've been very vocal at the state level in opposition to this because I just don't think it's right, and I don't think it improves instruction, and I don't think it improves student performance. And I'm a heavy accountability. I mean, for you know me in the district, I'm heavy accountability, but this isn't it. I don't think those at the state really have a grasp on that. It's around the evaluation. You know, I kind of weigh in how much do you put in and how much do you get out. After all this is said and done, how much is it going to really improve instruction?
As spring sports come to an end, reporter Trent Slutsky is in the studio for your end-of-season recap.
This year marked another exciting year for Clarke Central spring sports with victories across the board. The boys soccer team finished with an 8-10 record and placed 5th in the region with 4 region victories and 5 losses. The girls soccer team had 9 wins and 9 losses and placed 5th in the region with 5 wins and 4 losses. The baseball team had 10 wins and 15 losses this season. The Clarke Central track and field team finished 5th at the region with 51 points. The girls golf team finished 5th place in the region and the boys team finished last place. Both the boys and girls tennis teams qualified for state this season. Both teams had 9 wins and 6 losses. This has been Trent Slutsky with Odyssey Online.
Clarke Middle School has been producing vegetables and flowers in their school garden for multiple years. Throughout this past year, the garden has grown to produce more than ever, and in doing so, has helped not only the agriculture program, but the school community. Here's Julie Alpol with the story.
In 2012, the Clarke Middle School garden was created through the initiative of a parent, David Burley, and former agriculture science teacher, Cheryl Henson. It started as a plot of land in front of the school, but over the past years, the front garden has expanded to 4 plots and also includes a greenhouse. In previous years, no one was specifically in charge of the garden, but as of March of last year, Wick Pritchard, a volunteer gardener for AmeriCorps Vista, has been able to dedicate his time to the garden.
A lot of schools have school gardens, but sometimes the teachers don't have time for them because of their busy schedules, and sometimes the parents don't have time to volunteer, so they figured the easiest way to do it would be to get a volunteer, and that's me. So I'm here. I'm a paid volunteer, but I'm a volunteer in service to America. It's the Domestic Peace Corps, so I fight poverty by teaching children how to garden.
Pritchard works with students doing a range of gardening activities.
The typical planting, weeding, harvesting, washing the harvest. We build things. We built the goat shed. We constructed sinks to wash the vegetables in. That's what we've done.
On top of the gardening activities, composting has become an important part of the garden as well, that has even been able to provide soil for use in the garden.
And then composting in the lunchroom. So every day I stand beside the trash cans and I say, hey, don't put that fruit in the trash can, I'll take the fruit.
The produce grown provides numerous opportunities, including pickling and preserving, preparing meals for guests, volunteers, or teachers, and serving in the garden bar in the cafeteria some Fridays.
We cook with it in this class and in Family Consumer Science in our food labs. So we made, like today they made kale chips in here, microwave kale chips.
The garden has also become an important part of the Family Consumer Science class, where in class, students are able to take what has been grown and use it to cook.
A lot of what I do deals with hands-on actually like cooking food and eating food, and we're very fortunate here to have this amazing team of people who have got this garden.
The garden is not only affecting those taking the agriculture and family consumer science class.
Little by little, more classes are being involved. It's not at all just ag, and then it's not at all just ag and FCS now. Just recently, Earth Day, there were classes, I think all of 6th grade classes planted plants.
Some students take away a sense of fulfillment from working in the garden.
I feel accomplished about it because we actually grow it and then we eat it. It makes me feel so proud of myself.
It also, you know where it's coming from, so it's not like it's been processed or grown with chemicals. It's really organic. We don't use any pesticides.
The garden will transition into summer with the Summer Kitchen Corps, where students can come work in the garden along with volunteers. It begins a week after school gets out. Students come in Monday through Thursday at 8 and work in the garden. Then on Thursday, they take what they have harvested and prepare a lunch for others.
We're already starting our tomato plants with these kids. We're planting our tomatoes, our peppers, eggplants, basil, and so that's kind of transitioning. We're getting the garden kind of planted now. In the summertime, our students will take care of the garden, continue to weed, take care of water, harvest, and then we'll take all that harvest that's being planted now and we'll run our restaurant with it.
There are also hopes of expansion in the future.
We're hoping that we can take this garden and then have a bigger garden, perhaps on one of the recreation fields that's underused. We're looking for a farm at school movement where we can have a farm at the school. We have a garden, right? But we're looking at something where we can produce, for example, a lot of lettuce, enough lettuce that our school cafeteria uses it in their salad. That's it, that we just have enough lettuce for the salad.
As the end of the school year approaches, ODTV reporter Kendarius Sturdivant talks to students about their plans for summer break.
I'm going to continue writing my book and helping my grandpa work.
My plan for the summer is to learn all I can and relax.
I'm going to go visit my family.
Family vacation to Tennessee, to the mountains.
Going to Costa Rica, but other than that, I'm just chilling at my house and biking and playing video games.
Just kind of relax and not do a lot, maybe do some work around my house.
I'm going to work at the Ramsey camp for 2 weeks as a counselor, and then I'm going to go to GHP for a month, and then after that I'm going out to California for 2 weeks on a college road trip.
Go to the beach and hopefully take some college courses.
Well, I sleep a lot more over the summer, which is nice.
They're not really different. I still have to wake up early because I work at the radio station during the summer.
In the summertime, I can spend more time with my grandma watching the horrible sci-fi movies.
I have a lot more time to do whatever I want, so I don't have to worry about studying for new classes. It's just really fun.
I actually eat breakfast in the morning, take time to get dressed.
shower every day. I just kind of, I don't put on makeup. You know, I'm lazy. I just kind of do my own thing.
Thank you for tuning in to the season finale of ODTV. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Odyssey News Mag and like us on Facebook. For additional content, visit odysseynewsmagazine.net. This has been Louise Platter
and Ethan Crane for Odyssey Online.